Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Becca Jo, aka the Makeup Tax Lady. In today's video, we are playing with makeup. You'll hear me say here in just a minute that I'm starting out this video and I don't know what kind of makeup look I want to do. I just know that I wanted to play. I've had lots of thoughts and ideas running through my mind lately. It was just a matter of kind of which direction I wanted to go. So anyway, here is the end result. Here is where my makeup ended up for this fun video. In this video, we are playing with some existing loves in my collection. We're also trying out a few new things in this video. So I had a lot of fun, and of course, I'm going to continue to love the products that I have in my collection. I would hope and encourage you to do the same. So thank you so much for being here. Now let's get right on into it. All right, at this point, I have absolutely no idea where I'm going with this look, but I'm gonna start with my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This is the lightest shade, the shade 901 Fairglow. So I'm just gonna add this to my face. While I give that a minute to like set in, I'm gonna go in with my Bobbi Brown under eye concealer. I think for today, I want to go in with my Glossier foundation. This is nighttime makeup playtime for me, so I don't need this foundation to last on my face or anything for the day. Gonna blend that out with my damp sponge. I am using that same foundation with my sponge. I'm gonna use this as my under eye concealer. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Sydney Grace cream bronzer. This is the shade Cinnamon Roll. And I'm gonna take that on my Sydney Grace F06 brush. And I clearly did not get that evenly on the brush, but it blends out superbly. I think it's been a minute since I've worn this cream bronzer, but it is a very nice tone, depth shade for me right now. I really like that. It's not the like cool tone that I've been going for, but it's a good depth for my skin where I'm at right now in the winter time. I don't know what direction I want to go for blush just yet, so I'm not going to go with any cream or liquid blush at this time. I'm just going to go in with my RCMA No Color Powder. Under my eyes, I'm going to use a puff, and then probably over the rest of my face, I'll use a brush. Next, I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows with my Sydney Grace Mad For You Brow Palette. Okay, brows are done, and I just put on my About Face eyeshadow primer. I think I've decided that I want to use my Ensley Reign Groovy Garden palette. I've had many like potential looks cross my mind with this palette recently, so I think I just want to, you know, dig in and play with it. Okay, for starters, I'm gonna take my Sigma E27 and dip into Free Love, this lighter pink matte, and we'll throw this on the eyes. Okay, next I want to dip into this deep, murky orange. It's called Earthy Ember, and I'm going to use this to deepen up the outer corner. Clean, fluffy brush, and I'm just blending over all of those mattes. Nothing fancy. Okay, I want to deepen it up more. I'm going to dip into Dig It, which is this deep brown matte. That is such a gorgeous brown shade. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to add a splash of Babe also. It's a really, really deep purple burgundy shade. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, you can already tell that it added just a little more depth, just a little more dimension to the whole look. Okay, now I'm going back in with my fluffy brush and this like skin tone shade matte called Bliss. And I'm just gonna run this along the outside of where all of the mattes on my lids already are, just to make sure everything is blended out. I'm not really worried about blending on top of the lid since we're about to cover that up. For my like primary lid shimmer, I want to use Lava Lamp. It is this super cool multichrome shade. So I'm gonna start by using my Glitz Fix Prime and Shine. This is also from Ensley Reign. I'm gonna pick this up on my brush. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. So I'm gonna add it first of all to this eye. While that's taking a second to dry down, here is what Lava Lamp looks like. Oh, it's such a cool shade. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add this to the majority of my lid. That's so dramatic, how cool. Okay, now I'm gonna repeat those same steps on the other eye. Using this clean, small, fluffy brush, I'm just going around the outside edge of where I laid that shimmer. This is a very smooth shimmer in texture. It doesn't like have a lot of flakes, but it is very sparkly. I will do my best to capture that on camera here in just a minute. Okay, now I want to go in with Jazzed. Oh, I love this shade so much. I'm using this on a little smudger brush, and we're gonna add this to the lower lash line. There's something so satisfying about applying a shimmer to your lower lash line. It's not something that I do on a regular basis. It's just a little intense for my day-to-day going into the office type of thing. But when I'm playing with makeup and a deep shimmer, a light shimmer, if I just add some kind of shimmer to my lower lash line, the sparkles, it really just like amps it up. Making sure to add it like to this little corner out here. I think it like adds a little bit to the messy look, and my eyes are like watery all the time, especially this time of year. So if anything like gets messed up, it'll be right out in this outer corner. So might as well start off that way. For my inner corner, I'm gonna start with this shimmer Moonchild, which, oh my gosh, I love. The shimmers in this palette are just so special. Here's Moonchild on my finger. So I'm gonna start adding this to the inner corner. I may also, I think, incorporate the moon dust that I have here. This is Moonlight Opal multichrome. I'm not sure if it's Moonlight Opal, but this may also come into play. It's a very similar pigment. So we're gonna start with Moonchild from Groovy Garden palette. This is a clean, small brush here. You know when you have that like formula, that shade, that brand, whatever it may be, when you have like that gets you excited, makes you want to come back for more. I know that feeling. It's such a fun feeling. I am adding that same Moonchild to my brow bone because I want to shimmer all over. The shade picks up really well on the brush. Yeah, I'm going haphazard with this. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Okay, I'm gonna go add mascara and a liner to my waterline and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I added for eyeliner in my waterline. This is the Colourpop Cream Gel BFF multichrome liner in the shade Wild Idea. That took me far too long to spit out. For my mascara, I just opened this Buxom mascara. I've had this and used this before and couldn't remember what I thought about it, so I'd had a chance to pick it up on sale and I did. First re-impressions of it, it's nice, it's pretty. The first layer, like the first go through, adds a little bit of length and that's about it. The second time you can get some volume, you can get a little more excitement going on. So it definitely is a mascara that I would say takes a couple of layers, but it's on. I think it looks nice. This look could totally do a false lash, but I'm not doing one today. So if you're following along and you'd like to, please do. Okay, we'll come back to blush last, but next I want to go in with lips. Okay, so for my lips, I want to use, I just got this Adept lip gloss. This is the shade Rosy Muse. And it's this beautiful, sparkly red gloss. And I think it'll be a fun pairing with this eye today. So I'm gonna start by going in with my Give Me Glow lip liner. This is the shade That's So 90s. I'm gonna line my lips and then we will put on the gloss. I have not put it on yet. I've never tried Adept's lip formula, so it'll be new, but I'm excited. Okay, lip liner is on. Let's go in with our gloss. Okay, that is very comfortable on the lips, very pretty. I love this combo with like the more orangey shimmer lava lamp kind of standing out against the berry tones of the lip and the mattes. Now for blush, also in my Adept order, I got the Duality blush palette. I am such a fan of the Amy Loves and Adept blush palette that they did together, and they put this one on sale. I've hesitated to buy it before because this shade in particular, I'm not gonna get a lot of use out of. It's very yellow toned and that's not something that I look for in a blush. I do think that I will use it to mix in if I want to warm up a blush maybe a little bit. All these other shades are super pretty. This shade here, Honey Never Spoils, I think is going to be a beautiful like day-to-day blush. Here's what I wanna do. I wanna start with Honey Never Spoils, and put that on my cheeks. And then I wanna go in with Roses Are Red, this shimmery blush up here, and add that to the tops of my cheeks because I think that is gonna complement all the other reds on the eyes, on the face. I am trusting that these shades are pigmented. Thankfully this shade, Honey Never Spoils, is a very soft shade for my skin tone. So I can be a little bit more generous with it. I have been loving blush lately, which is nothing new. So I'm just gonna keep building this up to my desired intensity. Okay, now I'm dipping into our red shade, Roses Are Red. And that definitely has some base pigment to it. So let's see what blending it out does. That is very fun for playing with makeup. For like an everyday look, I'm gonna have to play with it. It definitely has more pigmented base than I was expecting. So it's just gonna take some learning, figuring out the right brush, figuring out how much product to pick up and all of that. Okay, now I wanna dip into my Moon Dust. Again, this is Moonlight Opal. And this is like a white shade with green you're seeing yellow, but when I look at it, I see some yellow, some pink, maybe a little bit blue. I'm gonna use this big fluffy Cleona like eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna pick up what is already available without like opening the component and add this. Every single time, I feel like I could cry right now. I'm so dramatic. Okay, I love these moon dusts on the cheek. They are so freaking cool. If I could wear a moon dust on my cheek every day, I mean, at some point I might get sick of it, but like not anytime soon. I'm just like working that into, I haven't picked up any more of the pigment. I'm just working that into the skin. And like, yeah, it's intense. And like, yeah, it's probably pulling out texture and doing all of that, but I don't care. I love these so much, so much. Also, I have a feeling that this is gonna, like, I'm gonna label this as some kind of Valentine's look, even though, even for me filming, let alone this being posted, it's after Valentine's, but I like to wear pinks and I like a theme, and I have had many like pink and purple and red looks in my mind lately and just haven't had the opportunity to play with makeup and like make all of those looks. So we're doing it now, and there is no good reason not to sparkle on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna stick with that. Now that I'm sparkling all over the place, I'm going to scoot in so that hopefully you can see some of these sparkles. I'm also gonna try dimming my light, and hopefully we'll still like be seeing some of those sparkles and all of that. Okay, now for dimming the lights. I'm gonna scooch in now and let's see with dim lights if we can pick up on any more sparkle. Every single time that I am playing with makeup and I use the Ensley Reign Moon Dusts to jazz up the look, I love it. Every single time. I really like the way that this look came out. I know that when I started this video, I really had no like idea or plan. Like I've said, I had like all of these thoughts in my mind, but didn't know what I was gonna go with for today. And I really like the way that this look came together, playing with a couple new products, plenty of old existing products in my collection, because while I do love to play with new makeup, I also love the makeup that I have. I buy it because it excites me, and this is no exception. I do think that since I got this Revlon Illuminance skin tint, the Glossier just isn't as exciting for me anymore. It's not like quite holding up to how much I loved it a few months ago. Don't get me wrong, the shade match is still excellent, but the shade match in this is great. It's somehow moisturizing, glowy, blurring, lasts. The Glossier foundation doesn't really last well. This one lasts throughout the day. It feels like healthy on my skin. I know that they're in this line, they also did like a foundation. This is a skin tint. They also did a foundation. I may possibly consider picking that up, or I may just convert to this. I have several other foundations, and I really try to work through my foundations or otherwise find a new home for them. But in the meantime, that Revlon is probably what I'm gonna keep going back to. My new Adept blush palette, I am excited to keep playing with that one. Like I said with the red sparkly blush, I feel like it's evened itself out a little bit. Maybe adding that sparkly highlighter has made a difference too, but yeah, I think that one will be, that whole palette is gonna be fun to play with. The lip gloss, super pretty, very comfortable on the lips, so I'm going to enjoy continuing to play with that. I'll definitely be trying it with different lip liners or no lip liners too. On the day-to-day lately, I've been a lip gloss girly, or Sydney Grace lip cream, which is basically a pigmented lip gloss, like it's the same or very similar texture as a lip gloss, just has a little more pigment to it. I love and highly recommend the Sydney Grace lip products. So anyway, all that to say, I like lip glosses with or without a lip liner or something else underneath. So this is what we did today. This is pretty. I love this combination. I think it's really pretty. But yeah, I'll keep playing with that one as well. Of course, we know that I love my Ensley Reign Moon Dusts and the Groovy Garden palette, and I will obviously continue to love and enjoy those products as well. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out, whether you're playing with your own makeup or maybe you just need a little spark of inspiration for something. I hope that you enjoyed today's video for that purpose. I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, questions down below. If you liked the video, I hope that you would give it a like. And if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you'd consider becoming a subscriber. Thank you so much once again for being here for today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one.